Are we live? Hey, everybody. We're going to give it a minute, but it's Carlos from Immortals Podcast. We're going to be doing some live streams. I hope to do every Thursday some sort of Warhammer 40K game. We got the tables, we got cameras. It should look good. Mikey's got some cameras on the old keyboard over there. He's learning how to control this. Hopefully, our sound is good on this too. We have a drop-down mic. And also we have Zach with me.
Hello.
Zach works here partially.
Partially.
He was supposed to have an army today, but he did not.
I left too early before he told me.
Before. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down and talk about, I don't know.
The weather.
Weather. Oh. Sorry, guys. Okay. You got me watching. So anyway.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to play a game, but today we're not going to because Zach was supposed to really have his army.
You're really putting this all on me.
Well, it is a Zach problem for not having an army.
It's coming.
What are you going to play?
I'm going to play Death Guard. I am a Death Guard player.
It's a terrible army.
Not so much anymore. Things have changed.
I don't know. I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah. So I got into it at ninth. Excited. Started painting, putting all my stuff together. 10th edition came out. Death Guard was arguably the worst or second worst army.
Well, what is Death Guard?
Death Guard is a traitor Astartes legion that worships Nurgle, the god of pestilence and disease, and they are my favorite army.
So why don't they just say Nurgle?
Because
Hey, Robert.
because it's a long, sadly, we as humans only live for about 80 years, and that's about half the time needed to absorb all of 40K lore. So
It's only been around 40 years.
yeah.
So if you were born when 40K came out, which was
This is
85,
85-ish, yeah.
it should be good.
Oh, if you just every day.
Yeah, like the day from you were born.
You come out of the womb, they hand you a codex, you start flipping through it, and just don't stop.
I mean, you could watch a lot of videos. Well, I plan on doing my Ultramarines because if you're not Ultramarine, you're wrong. So I got my army here. I haven't played in a long time on a regular basis, and the guys are always trying to get me to play, so I might as well. I was going to play today, make a surprise for everybody, but here we are. We're not. We're going to talk about stuff.
I ruined the day.
We're going to talk about like beginner mode for whatever it might be. The other thing is I've been watching a lot of videos. You watch a lot of videos?
I do watch a lot.
Are they a lot of negative videos?
People are a little upset with 10th edition.
Why?
They don't like change. People don't like change.
I mean, I hate like going through. I hate. I'm being hate already. It upsets me. Is that a better word? It upsets me that they talk so poorly about a game that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been around for 40 years. It brings you. I mean, I like the modeling and the painting more than the playing. But I like the playing once I get going. And I just really got back into it where I want to play it more. And you're right. It's just so much anger, like the problem with the models, the problem with the rules, the problem with this. But you're probably right. It's change.
People don't really like change. And if you ever talk to somebody and say, well, what do you play 40K, what do you think about it? Eventually they'll say, well, 8th edition was my favorite. 3rd edition was my favorite.
It's
4th, 5th, whatever it is. They never say current edition. They really nailed it. They got it right this time.
Yeah, because they don't want to learn something new. Because it's funny because 10th edition, once I sat down and played it, and they just did so much better things. The rules are free, the basic rules. They have an app that's free that you can upgrade it, of course, but you have an app that's free that you can get right into playing and build your own armies. What shocked me was that everything was like sorry, he signaled me from the window about something, and now I lost my train. Oh, what shocked me was like you didn't have to pick your own little. Every little gun didn't have to.
Yeah.
That options for the same point matter.
And the big word they kept using for 10th edition was streamline. We're streamlining.
Yeah, and they have. I've noticed it that it is way easier because it was almost so streamlined that when I'm going through the rules, then I'm like, well, how do I change the weapons? It just says here I can take one or the other, but what are the point costs? And what do I need for this? And then I finally talked to somebody, one of the regulars who plays here, and he's like, well, what are you, stupid?
Well,
it's much easier.
Towards the end of ninth, they were basically just like War Gears free. So you could take X amount of weapons per unit, however you do it. And it really, I think at the end of ninth, they were in a really good spot. And that's another reason why I think 10th edition rubbed people the wrong ways, because they really did get a good rhythm at the end of ninth edition. Now you're in 10th, you're starting from almost scratch. And people didn't like that because all the things that they were enjoying went back. Like you were saying, the point system for Death Guard, for example, you got 5 Marines cost X amount, 10 Marines cost X amount. But the big argument was Plague Marines come in 7. You buy a box, there's 7 in there.
You have a couple spare.
You have some spare.
Some spare.
So
well, then you gotta buy 3 boxes.
Yeah.
How many units you need anyway? I think Mikey walked out. So if anybody's watching, the camera's not changing. Mikey walked out for some emergency. Up and here he comes back. But you need 3 units anyway, right? You can't just. You're not gonna really complain about a model. Like how much was the Death Guard? Like if you get a box, it's like $40, $50 now, right?
Yeah.
60.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What could it cost? $2? Yes, they did. The prices have been going up to. I think you add all those changes together, and like you said, you can't turn on a video about Warhammer without someone complaining about some state of the game.
It's just I go through them and I'm like, geez, come on, guys. But what I also like is with 10th edition, I would compare this to D&D, right? Not the game I play at all, but the edition.
Mm-hmm.
I really got burnt on 4th edition because I hated it. I'm like, oh, I really don't like this. Then I went to 5th and I'm like, all right, I'll try it reluctantly. They took everything that was good about all the editions only because I'm old and I've played them. And I said, oh, these are all the editions and this is a good thing they did. You know, this is the best of what they could do and this is the best version of this so far. Of course it's going to change as time goes on. You know, they add things and rules change. And I think that's the other problem. With 10th edition, you have to change the game or else... I mean, granted, whatever 7th edition guy is like, oh, this is the best edition, the 7th edition, I don't know why they changed. That's fine for you, you know? But if you're a new player and you're into this, you still got to attract new players. I mean, just change, man. It's a hobby. You don't need any of this. This is something you don't need this to survive. It's something extra. If you can't afford it now and you only have 7th, I'm sure somebody will help you out with 10th. I mean, well, now they're free. The rules are free, so you can build everything in. And no, Dave, we don't like Black Templars. But I don't know. Black Templars all right?
They're all right. Melee's been kind of tough because Custodes.
They're the ones who always want to be in.
Yeah.
Are they the ones with like the acolytes or whatever they call them?
Huh?
The trial by fire guys? Like they don't have like, space.
They're the gold boys. They're the Emperor's chosen guardians.
Black Templar?
No. Custodes.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Black Templar.
Black Templar came from the Imperial Fists. They were a descendant chapter.
Yeah, but they're the ones who have like the guys that when they get new Space Marines, they don't become scouts or they just throw them right into power armor and say good luck.
Yeah, they're the religious order you would think of like the Crusades.
Thanks, Dave, for going off on that.
Yeah, they got like the monk bowl cuts. You know.
But anyway, back to the
let's get back.
But I do like you have to have the game that evolves because if you don't, it gets stagnant, and then you can't get new players. And I always compare it, and I always say this, and I'm probably gonna. I always compare it to like Warhammer. You know, to get into Warhammer, the old version, you needed $3,000 for something you didn't even know if you liked, and then they had to change it, and of course everybody got mad and pissed. And then of course now they're bringing back the old.
They're bringing back old world,
so it's like you wasted your miniatures for no reason. And you could have played it. Nobody said you had to play the new edition. Well, I need to play competitive. Well, then I guess that's part of being competitive. You know, the company still has to survive. I get it, you know. But anyway, we were supposed to be playing today, but we're going to just chat about stuff like that.
I think that would be a good start anyway. Kind of discuss where we're at, how things have changed. You brought up some great points. I think now would be the easiest time to get into the game.
Mm-hmm. There's not too many codexes.
Not too many codexes. Whenever they release, they release the Leviathan box.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 armies. Usually people only want 1 army. so they sell the other army.
All those box sets.
All those box sets. So it's easy. Right after Leviathan released, you go online and get a Tyranid army or a Space Marine army for very little. Throw them on the table when you're ready to go. If you don't like them, you can sell them.
I know, it's easy to sell them too. It's like, especially, like, I hate saying that as a store owner, because you don't like buy the new stuff, but if you buy up one of these box sets, you have it, and it's like, especially if you're a painter or something like that, it's hours of enjoyment that you don't need. Like,
well,
you don't
depends
need,
what you're painting.
Yeah, well, then don't paint it. You know what I'm saying? Or just, I don't know.
Put a hat on it.
Or choose
ready. It's table ready. It's got a hat on.
When your hobby becomes work,
then it's not a hobby.
Yeah, like even this place, this is not what I do for a living, but somehow we're here, right?
We are here, and we have fun. And when it's not fun anymore, we'll burn to the ground.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I thought you just get rid of it. I thought that's how it worked.
So anyway, my Ultramarines.
Yeah, show these off. Show these off. I think they're incredibly well
in this
painted.
fancy dice / transport tray my wife makes, Diana. So I was going to start with simple 550 point army.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's real basic. I'm not playing like hardcore rules because I don't know how, but I think it's a good start. Well, this is pretty much most of this came from the Indominus box set, I think. So I have the Dreadnought, which is the Redemptor Dreadnought. That's called, I guess.
Yeah, I believe they have new Dreadnoughts.
I have the Captain. I have a 5-man Primaris unit. And then for fun, I got some Scouts. Just because, for whatever reason, I like Scouts and Snipers, and I think these things should do a lot more damage. Still these are still part of it. They're just the shorter Marines, not the giant Marines.
Not those strong Primaris.
Yeah, those guys. Which, even that I thought was fun to change it, because the miniatures are bigger, they're more dynamic, and they look cool, and they're easier to paint.
I love looking at old.
Yeah,
none of the proportions are correct.
They all look like the old Terminators look like. Do you ever see Fifth Element?
Yes.
Those big creatures.
Yeah.
That's what they always remind me of, and it's like
one
of them took from the other one. I think Fifth Element stole the idea from.
Are you sure? Because now Games Workshop, God bless them, they borrow a lot of ideas.
Oh, they do.
They borrow a lot of ideas, but I think they would have come out with
England, so most of those ideas came from there anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, English, it's a pretty old country.
Yeah.
Crazy English.
I remember when they brought 40K to America with the Pilgrims.
Tom said, "Come at me, broski. Stop running from him to play." So I'm gonna have to play Tom.
You know what?
No, I don't want to play Tom. Tom. Hey, Dave, if you're still there, has Tom lost the game yet? Because I'm not playing Tom if he's not. In fact, that's what I want to do with this. Is every week, and Tom will probably be playing a lot in here because I can't do it every week. But I like to see that a game. Like every Thursday here at Immortals Inc. We do 40K day from noon to 11 p.m. There's tables available to play 40K. It's casual. We have right now. They got a month-long campaign going on. It's all organized play.
They got a league, yeah.
So that's why they're playing. That's why I couldn't find anybody else to play. I was like, anybody else free? And they're all like, no, we're in league. Leave us alone.
And I only showed up so I wouldn't have to work the register.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear. So anyway. So who's walking the register?
It's open game.
Yeah, Dave says nope. Tom hasn't lost the game, so Tom's not playing Carlos. No.
I'll throw it so he can come play.
I know.
But
I'll cheat. That's the only option.
Yeah. 10th edition. I am excited to get into it. Like I said, I was playing Death Guard. I built this army, spent quite a bit of money, and then they were just awful. And people were like, "Don't even put it on the table. It's not fun." It would be different if it was bad but fun, because then you're like there's some orc lists that are like the most fun you can have, and they don't usually win. It's kind of just like a kamikaze.
But that's what
run.
But that's what I'd rather play is that.
But it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be fun. And Death Guard was neither good nor fun.
Well, that's why I love Terminators.
Mhm.
And now that they came out with new Terminators, if I could have all Terminators all the time, I'd just do it all the time.
I do love Terminators.
If I could have Terminators and Dreadnoughts all the time, I would do that too. But apparently I can now. So
yeah.
Because I used to play games and I would just run the Terminators across. They're like, what are you doing? I go, someone's going to get there.
You're like, deep striking, I got 2 legs. Why would I do that? Run across the field.
Let me go off on a 10 on deep strike. That is like the worst case. I would never do that. Like, for real. Like, okay, you have a, whatever, the 30% chance you're going to not make it. That's unacceptable.
The Emperor's disappointed.
I don't care.
The Emperor's very.
It's epic if you do, but that's not I'd rather land, put me on a ridge somewhere, and I'll hunker down and run. Or I don't know. I just don't understand.
You don't want to just fall out of a spaceship and enter the atmosphere with your bare body or in a drop pod.
Yeah, a drop pod would work. I mean, a Terminator army, you could probably jump from orbit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we're getting too far into that.
All right, let's bring up them rules. Let's look
All
at
right,
how
so-
things are working.
The basic rules are online, and if you got the White Dwarf magazine, which I think we're going to start using here because I was talking to Tom. Is there anything new and exciting you want to play now?
Oh, they're Necrons.
Necrons?
I'm very excited about Necrons.
I hate Necrons.
The Resurrections are pretty cool. What else looks fun to me? I've always wanted to play Salamanders, but...
All right, I'm not going to lie. I got 2 things. I just got myself some that I can add to the armies because I think you can mix and match a little better. I'm going to get me a unit of Sisters of Battle, just the basic core, and then I got a unit of the... Who are those crazy guardsmen? Krieg. I got a unit of Krieg just because...
People love the Kriegs.
The memes and the videos of those guys, it's just... shovel to the face. Bam! But anyway... So there's the answer to your question. Craig, Sisters of Battle. Well, Necrons are good. I just want to play Sisters of Battle and something else.
They're not in a great spot right now, but
who?
Sisters. Still fun. It's one of those things where at least it's fun.
I hope they don't make them bigger. They're not.
No.
Okay. They're not going to Primaris up the stuff.
Just giant. Just put a Barbie doll
I know.
with a flamethrower.
So anyway, White Dwarf, this is an older one. This is from August, 490. It came out with it's called the Bunker Club. Basically, it gives you like tournaments that you can run or games. Every month comes out with a tournament or a game you can run or like a pre-made campaign or tournament for the month. And it gives you all sorts of cool cards. They give you like these little cards. Like here, you can have one for us.
Thanks.
So you put your name on it, and there's little scenarios or little check marks you can mark off, and you get points for it. And it's a magazine. They even gave like little add-ons now like this. Here's the stratagem card. Here's the basic rule card. Here's your rules. It's 40K 10th edition. Here's your rules. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Now I'm looking at this card. I'm going to ask you. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Hold on. And then they have the scenario for the month. This one's called Shield and Blade, which we're going to play today. It's basically just a hold an objective game, and then you get points and all this other stuff, and then paint it. But anyway, go on. What's your question?
I mean,
I didn't research this. I'm not the greatest researcher.
I'm not trying to put
I'm the least educated person in this building. Okay.
I was going to say not in this room. All right, so I heard maybe we were going to be looking at maybe some painting competition type things. Is this true?
Yeah, we did a few.
All right.
So,
I see on here the club of painting championship. Yeah.
I feel bad because I don't know how to judge paint contests. And I'm the most judgmental person because, like, I let these guys judge them. Like, the staff judge them.
Yeah.
And I've had complaints where it's like, because stuff looks good, and they're like, oh, that's cool, or this is cool, or that's cool. Because, like, we have a pretty mix of staff. It's like, but they don't play the game. So they don't understand the difficulty of painting something. Like, oh, look at the pink colors on it. It's just like a pink core. And it's like, okay, well, it's not a lot of skill there. So it's like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, I know, and then the people I do know that paint are really uptight painters.
There are some amazing painters.
Yeah, well, I got here, and then the people I had to judge at one time was like really uptight painters, and they're like, "These are all terrible. Mine are better," and I'm entering. No, you can't enter. Why not? It's like,
I never thought about the challenge of judging.
yeah. Because then it's like you spend a lot of time and money, and you have to give them a reason why.
Yeah, and you don't want to look at a model, think it's like so well done, then you're like this one, and every other painter's like that's the worst one.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh well.
And it's like, and then sometimes they'll judge on something, and I'll be like, you can look at something and be like, wow, that took a lot of pain or effort, and nothing. Well, it's ugly. I don't like that creature.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care if you like the creature.
We have to move.
We're not dating the creature.
We have to move past our faction bias.
Yes,
right?
there's that too. Yeah. So it's like just the actual. So yes, I would like to do another paint contest. I'd like to do some more paint nights and everything to learn and stuff like that. But it's like, you really can't compete. And once again, you can't compete with like the online guys. We learn, man. Sometimes I'll just turn them on and accidentally watch it because you'll go into a next video and some guy's painting. I'm like, I don't want to watch. Wait a minute, what's he doing? You know, and then all of a sudden you're down the rabbit hole 3 hours later about how to put a grass blade in.
The one that always gets me is I'll look at a video, I'll see the model, I'll say that's the look I'm going for, and I'll click on it. He's like, all right, you're gonna take your spray gun here. You're gonna put 2/3. You know, this is a crystal I found in a cave in Brazil. You're gonna crunch that up in there. Like, I can't do it. Contrast.
I know. People ask me about airbrushing because, like, I think Tom or a lot of guys airbrush over there, and I don't. I mean, I'll use the spray can, but
So I'm doing some priming.
they'll paint the whole thing airbrush. I'm like, how?
That's really.
I know. I'm like, how is it? But then you're talking about airbrushes like the expensive ones.
Yeah.
I know the basics of how it's done, but that's not something I would do.
That's why I went Death Guard. The worse you paint it, the better it looks.
Well, I just like this, and I like Space Marines, and I bought the Horus Heresy box set. I got that, and I was like, I'm going to do a different army. And I went through all the armies on why not to paint them, and it came back right to you. I'm like, I guess it's Ultramarines. So that's why I wanted to kind of get the sisters and maybe the
I would never have pegged you as an Ultramarine guy. They're kind of like, the Boy Scouts. That's the
rules are rules, man.
You love the rules. I guess you do run a business, and Gilman kind of runs the system, so that makes sense.
You gotta have rules, or you have no. Just rules are easy because it's like, okay, let's all get on the same page here, and then like chaos, you're just one big horde of mess coming at you, right? It's not organized.
We won't get into a philosophical debate here about
chaos. You can't have chaos without order. You can't have order without chaos.
Yeah.
One has to exist for the other. Blah, 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 blah.
Thank you, Yoda.
That's all I got, man. I told you, least educated guy in the building. So, but even like I printed out some of these, which is, these are free online, so I'm not printing out anything and stealing it. So, the stratagems, enhancements, attachment rules, and it's all real basic stuff. But what I liked is even the rules. I think I got the cards are coming out Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm. Management suggests we move this light. Hey, everybody, it's me.
Mikey's doing something.
Mike, I gotta be honest, this is the most unprofessional thing I've ever experienced.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
What? Is this the most professional thing you've ever experienced?
Some lamp maneuvers.
Like I said, guys and gals, this is a test.
Yeah.
Presidential
A
box.
Test. Look at that. Oh, it is still working. Oh, was there a glare or something?
It just didn't look that good.
All right. Are we better now?
We fix it. Thank you, Mikey. You're a true professional.
So, Redemptor Dreadnought.
What are the stats on that thing, by the way? Share it with us.
I don't know. My point was, you can print all these out.
My point being...
You can print these out. They're available. I think Saturday. Oh, Saturday comes out with some of the data cards for it, which I'm gonna buy or steal. It's my store. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
So then, what I like, we were talking about, it's like the point cost is just that's it.
I
And you
love
just
that.
mix and match what you want. You don't have to like
war gear. You don't have to worry about it.
war gear. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, you don't have to worry about it. It's just fun to do. We're having some fun, and that's it. But anyway, the movement. This guy moves 8 inches. He's got a toughness of 10. I'm a little leery on vehicle combat. Has that changed? Do you know? You said you didn't really read the rules.
Yeah, I don't know 10th edition.
Mm-hmm.
but I know a lot's changed.
And it's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, and stuff continues to change, and that's another thing I actually liked about 10th edition is they're like, hey, we're gonna keep on this, we're gonna keep fixing things until we get it to a good spot. And so far, they've been, I think they got some Aldari love, but for the most part, I think they're showing some effort to balance it.
Somebody over there is challenging Custodes, looking for a fight when you're done. I don't want to fight. Why would I fight Custodes? All I got is
Yeah, you probably lose.
Says I'll probably lose, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's movement of 8, toughness of 10, save of 2, wounds of 12. Oof. Does this thing have that thing where when the model? Yep. Damage. When you get so much damage, it starts to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership of a 6 above. Do you know how that rally works? You have to blow. So you're.
I mean, like
when you lose half your unit.
fatigue, battle fatigue.
Yeah, that's it.
But a little different. Yeah, you got the OC, you got the objective control.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, and then what's OC? That's a dumb question.
Like OC gas.
OC on the old
chart. Yeah, isn't that objective control? Maybe I'm crazy.
It is. Sorry.
Maybe I'm the crazy. I thought it was OC gas.
So how does that work? Objective control for?
When you're trying to take over.
Is that how many inches you can be away from the objective?
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to figure this out with you. I think it's, this is my guess. And I know all the guys in the Warhammer room are going to yell at me. I'm just not going to say anything.
Dave, Tom, what does objective control mean?
I think it's, if you have a higher objective control, you can take an objective. Like if you and another guy are on the objective, you have a higher. I don't know. But I know that
that makes more sense.
They pushed a lot of Battle Shock stuff. I think there's like a lot of abilities.
I think
just for Battle Shock.
I think that's to make the game a little faster.
I like how we're doing a podcast and we probably know the least about what we're talking about.
That's why it's beginner mode.
Beginner mode for us.
You know what? Listen,
someone's gonna turn. They're gonna go. I want to learn how to play Warhammer.
Go to another channel.
Here's beginner mode, and they're gonna lose more knowledge they have.
But how much more beginner is this, though?
This is very beginner.
Right, we're just sitting down, we're talking about it, and that's it.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
just don't want to be negative, and I don't want to, like. I guess also this shows that, listen, I like to paint, I had this stuff, and I still don't know the rules. So it's like, if you don't know the rules, come on down.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody knows everything, and it's fun to get started. So
even if you don't know the rules, you could still teach us, because that's how little we know.
Because when you teach somebody, and if they can ask questions, it makes you have to answer them. And then it's a teaching thing. So, anyway, I lost my train of thought again.
Well, we were just talking. We got the stat. You went over the stats. You were talking about how the war gear is free, which makes it easy. You don't have to.
Yeah.
And another thing about that too is,
this is all you need. Look.
Yeah,
that's all you need. Oh, that's what. I'm sorry. Don't be intimidated. Like, look at this. I mean, we have tables, cameras. We have like fancy painted terrain, and who cares? We don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
We don't play the. We don't care.
Just for fun.
This is a place where you can come and play these things.
Yeah.
We have terrain in the back that's available, and
you can come beat us.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a free win.
Well, I'm a professional loser.
When we say beginner mode, if you've never beaten anyone at 40K, you can come down to us. We will get a table with you, and you will most assuredly win your first victory.
It's funny, and I feel bad, but like I said, I'm a professional loser because as a store owner, you can't play somebody a game and try to sell it to them.
Yeah.
And win and beat them.
Yeah,
you got to lose.
Yeah.
You got to lose convincingly. Like, oh, look, you got
to really sell it.
Yeah.
It's like, dang it. Shoot.
Sorry.
That'll be 1995. If you want it, but they're so good.
I know.
Yeah, you got to really sell it.
And then you come here and you play some jerk. And, just tables you.
This is kind of a side thing. I have noticed the Warhammer community, good community. Look out for each other.
you gotta.
especially with a game this intimidating with this many
It
rules. And you play a game, and the armies alone have a billion rules, so you got to kind of be honest about it. You know, hey, just so you know, if you move here, I have the ability to wipe out your whole army.
Yeah. We did have, and you can get communities that are harsh.
Oh
or, like,
yeah,
overly
I've seen
competitive.
them
Yeah, and
from a distance.
we had that problem here once and didn't care for it, so we don't do it again. It's all like you have a lot of guys and they like to talk crap a lot. You know,
Mhm.
it's like a guy heavy game, believe it or not.
Part
But
of
anybody's welcome. But they talk a lot of crap to each
Yeah.
other, so it's just part of the game. Like we're not even playing; we're standing here talking crap to each other. And but it's fun, you know what I'm saying? So it's casual. So it's
Mhm.
like no, and like you said, nobody's gonna be there and just like yeah.
yeah.
Because if they do, then maybe it's not the best place for them.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that. I won't allow that to happen or continue to happen or something. Like if you lose because you lose, I don't know. I can't.
It doesn't grow the community. It doesn't
No.
make the game better when you're pushing people out. But like I said, I've seen incredible. You know, when I'm working Thursdays, I'll go back to the Warhammer guys. I'll see tables where they're like, actually, yeah, you did go back. You did destroy this because I read the rules.
Oh
wrong."
yeah.
That kind of stuff means a lot, even if you're just casually playing. So seeing that, it's a good group. Minus one or two guys back there, but
Tom. No.
I was literally gonna say Tom. I was like,
I'm
Tom.
just playing. Tom's funny too because he'll be like, "Did you read the rules?" No. Well then, you lose. No, they just read the game. Yeah, they're still like that, but I don't know. I have nothing really bad to say about it.
I like it. I'm excited.
And this is I'm a casual player. I'm the dealer. I'm selling it. I'm getting it. I enjoy it because I have all the games. Like I've always liked Warhammer 40K because I just thought it was cool. If they bring the old world back, I'm all in.
Oh, yeah.
Adeptus Titanicus, I'm in.
Yeah, so you.
I have all these armies. Blood Bowl, I started getting a little
Oh,
Blood Bowl.
you got an army.
I got a team.
You got a team.
Do you have a team?
I do have a team.
Ooh, well, guess what?
See, I got Blood Bowl 3 for the PS4.
That's not a big
Listen.
Yeah.
I learned
La,
it.
la,
I
la.
loved it. And now I bought a Nurgle army because I'm all in on Nurgle. Everything I have is Nurgle.
Actually, Diana, she has we had them painted the Orkland Browns.
That's the colors I was gonna do for my.
And then the Reavers we have, I can't remember what colors those are painted, but we have they came with the base set.
Mhm.
And the reason I always liked Blood Bowl because it was just a silly game for the sake of being silly. So Friday nights, I started telling people, hey, if you want to play Blood Bowl, come on Friday nights. Because Friday nights here is Age of Sigmar. So I figure it's fantasy, so Blood Bowl 2, why not?
Mhm.
And they play Middle Earth here, too. I'm
Yeah.
pumping all the games they're playing.
Game Workshop.
Games Workshop Thursday, Friday, Mondays is open, too. But they just came out with the Vampire Blood Bowl team.
I saw.
So I'm like, let me finish painting what I got going
Yeah.
on. But I'm in. But I want to get down and play some games here.
Next week we're gonna play our first game.
Yeah. We want to
It's gonna
try to
be-
keep it. How long do you think it takes to play a game? 500 points.
500 points. What's that? 20, 30 minutes? I don't know. Someone answer in the chat,
No.
please. I like how you asked me.
I don't know.
You're like, put it on this guy. 11.
Well, I thought you were an
minutes.
expert.
I mean, I know the game. I know the armies. I know the models. I know what the stats mean, but I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll find out next week. Well, now that you know what I have, it's
Yeah.
unfair at this point, I think.
I wrote it down on the table when you were looking.
I'm just going to leave it in here so if you're bored, you just come and look at it. So,
I think it looks
I
great.
got these fancy dice, too. I got to win.
We have no Death Guard dice up there.
Oh, yes, we do.
I'm telling you, I did not see any Death Guard dice. You got the Blood Bowl Nurgle dice, but not the.
Oh, yeah. Let me
I
see.
want cool dice. We can have terrain, or is it just going to be like we meet in a field?
Well, what do you want to do? Field of Honor or some terrain? I guess there's terrain rules, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get some terrain.
What kind of terrain should we do? Swamp.
Buildings, trees. What do you want to do?
Let's meet in a forest.
Forest? All right.
Yeah.
Big fan of forest. It's very foresty here.
All right.
Yeah, we'll grab
Forest.
some trees. Oh, I got highly detailed painted trees. We'll use those.
Hot dang.
We're gonna use those. So I have some. We'll have to pull them out of the case in the back.
550 points.
Mm-hmm.
You versus me. We're heading to the woods. taking out.
Wait.
We're heading out behind the tool shed. Settle this.
Settle this like men.
Yeah, with 500 points of painted miniatures. Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm gonna spend this week catch up on the rules. So when we play next week, we should both have a decent grasp. No,
I will. Okay, I'll look at it. I got time.
you got time?
You look at it.
I'll look
I
at it.
feel you're more intelligent than I am. So why don't you look? And I'll be like,
You're overselling.
You're overestimating me.
Let me Google what 550 point army would be best against yours.
Well, that's not fair.
How about, what if I sent you my list as well?
No, I wouldn't know what I'm looking at.
I wouldn't know what I'm looking at.
Listen, I got them because I thought they were cool. I like dreadnoughts. That's a cool miniature that got painted.
Yeah.
These are the new Primaris. Can you even use the other guys?
I know that I think we were talking about that earlier. There's some older Space Marine models you can't use anymore.
Well, I got like 3 or 4 dreadnoughts that I would
Send
love
them
to put
all.
them on.
Bring them all.
No, let's start with this. Because once I start putting too many things on the table,
Then we'll get scared. Then we'll screw up everything.
Yeah. Because then I guess captains can now attach themselves to any unit. So leaders anyway. So I guess he could attach himself to the dreadnought.
Yeah.
Because that's a unit.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong. Because I'm just making stuff up.
I'm just saying, yeah.
So dumb.
But I'm excited. We said we're both excited about 10th edition. We're both eager to get in and start hitting the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
We just told people don't be nervous to play. But here I am. I'm just terrified of what it's going to look like next week when we do play, and I screw everything up.
Well, it's a game, so it doesn't matter.
It's a game.
It's a learning.
But I have to win.
You have to show people that you not know how to play something, have fun, and then as you go, you learn the rules and they become more intimate with them, and you're like, oh, then you have more fun. Because then it'll be like.
My other problem is.
You ever play chess?
Never heard of it. So Mondays, the Flesh and Blood guys come in, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna teach you how to play Flesh and Blood. So if we ever have like 5 people, maybe someone could play up front. That way they don't have to buy every time.
Okay.
So I would just be a fill-in. Then Thursday, now I got the Warhammer people. Then I was told, hey, can you learn Lorcana? Can you learn Lorcana? And then...
Wait, are you here Tuesdays? No.
Yeah.
Mikey is.
Oh, on Mondays, Thursday.
Flesh and Blood.
Flesh and Blood. And then I play Magic. So, and I heard a rumor that there may be some other card games coming that I need to familiarize myself with.
Like what?
I heard you get.
Did it? Don't you say
I heard Lorcana.
that. Lorcana, yeah.
So
And Card Fight Vanguard we're bringing back too.
oh, we are. I love those. The art on those. Cooler. But I got to fit all these games in my brain.
Well, you don't have to though. Just get the basics, throw it on there, and let's go.
Yeah. Next Thursday.
All right, next Thursday.
We should do. You know what we should do? Take bets who wins.
Can't.
Not real bets.
I don't. Well, you just said
You go into the chat. You say who you think's gonna win. Team Carlos.
I think Mikey can put a. Hey, Mikey, can you put a tally up for that? All right, he says yeah. So we'll put
Next Thursday, it's going down.
All right.
I'm excited.
Space Marines versus.
Death Guard. Just like the Heresy.
They sound like sloppy, unkept Space Marines. Is what they sound like.
Look at
It's a mess.
It's a mess. So next Thursday, super excited. We could really break down the rules.
Yeah.
Go over what things mean. And I know you said how long does the game take, but we'll probably be kind of narrating everything too.
Yeah, as we go.
So
I'd probably see if I can get somebody who knows the rules for real to.
like a judge.
We'll just have him out there with Mikey, and he can chime in.
Yeah.
It's hot in this room.
You can't do that.
Just.
Take that move back.
Oh yeah, we do have a speaker system.
You got one?
Yeah,
That'd be
we got
perfect.
a little walkie-talkie. Cheap. Can't do that.
Take it back. Walk it back.
All right, guys. So 6:30.
6:30 Thursday. I want to hear who they think's gonna win. Once again, Death Guard versus Ultramarines.
Ultramarines.
just some good old Astartes Trader Astartes action.
Yeah, trees. It'd be forest
It's
battle.
going to be in a forest battle.
All right. Well, with this, that's what I should have went over. Is with this game, it's objective based. There's 2 shield generators, and
They destroyed the forward shield generators.
no. So, Star Wars. I get it. It's two shield generators.
All right.
And victory points are based on that, and a couple other things. So,
All right. In the forest, it's going to be, can I say it's like Endor-ish?
No.
Shield generators
No.
in a forest.
All right. James Workshop may have borrowed an idea. You know what? I'm going to paint some objective markers, too.
Excellent.
They'll be terrible.
Good.
All right. 6:30 next Thursday. See you guys there.